Hey guys, Coach Santiago here again, talking about player development. It's a buzzword that's out there all over the marketplace. I remember when I first started in 2003, there wasn't a whole lot of people talking about player development. And I will say that, there are a lot of good people out there doing things to develop baseball players and softball players all throughout the country. But one of the things that I really noticed when I moved to Central Florida in 2012 is that process of actually developing a player is a little bit fragmented here. And I want to kind of spend some time, if I can, real quick, to talk about that. So the first thing we've got to understand is player development is a process, it's not a result, right? So it's kind of like if we apply it to education. It's reading, it's studying, it's taking a test, pass or fail, get a grade, move on. It's a process, right? Education never stops. So in the athletic world, player development never stops. It's an ongoing body of work that you're building as a player, and as a parent, you're building that experience as well by what you guys are doing at home, and hopefully you guys are having really good conversation about the process and not so much the result. But one of the biggest problems I see here in Central Florida is that we don't give our kids an opportunity to get that body of work developed. We end up, making decisions based on what happened on a certain weekend or how, something was handled over the course of a weekend, and you plug them out of this program and put them over here, or move them from this program, move them over there. And I know we're in Central Florida. It's a very transient environment here, and people don't seem to see a problem with that. But I'm a coach, and I've been around this game a long time. Can you imagine what it would be like for a tremendous athlete like LeBron James if every 3 or 4 months he was playing for a different organization? Or, apply it to baseball. Bryce Harper. Can you imagine what Bryce Harper would be like if he had to change his hitting coach every 2 weeks, and one guy saying, hey, stand like this, and the other guy saying, hey, stand like that, hey, have your hands in this position, have your hands in that position. So player development needs time, it needs energy, and it needs consistency. And the only way that's going to happen is you've got to leave your son or daughter in the hands of the best absolute coach you can find for that time frame, okay? If he shows you or she shows you that it's an opportunity that they're taking full advantage of, and they're going to pump all their resources into helping your son or daughter, then my best piece of advice is leave them there. Regardless of what goes on over the course of a weekend in travel baseball, or whatever happens during the course of a lesson, there's going to be peaks and valleys in any relationship. But I do believe that a lot of parents out there want player development. They want their kids to get better. But our behavior has to speak in line with that type of thought process. So my biggest message today is do your research, invest in quality people, but understand that player development is a process. It's not going to happen overnight, okay? Your son one day will be doing, hopefully, high-level math. Well, that takes time. There's building steps that we have to go through. He doesn't go from 1 + 1 = 2 to doing college level math or beyond. So the same thing happens in the athletic world, and I just feel that it's important to understand how that works, that without time in a vested program, without the opportunity for the kid to mentally and physically mature in that program, it's pretty difficult to give you the player development that most coaches want to give you. Once again, you can always call me at 407-797-8116 if you'd like to discuss this further, or shoot me an email at coachsantiago8@gmail.com. Thank you for being with me this afternoon.